There's this thing that happens when you put your headphones in and the right song comes on. And I don't mean right as in your favorite song. I mean right as in it matches whatever is going on inside you at that specific moment. And something just shifts. Not in your life, nothing has changed in your life, but something in how you're carrying whatever you're carrying changes. It gets a little lighter, or at least more manageable, and you didn't do anything except press play. I've been trying to figure out what that actually is for a while now, because it's real. You know, it's not placebo, it's not just distraction. Something genuinely happens when music meets you at the right moment. And I don't think most people have sat with that long enough to really look at it. For me, it started pretty young. I remember being a kid and going through something like nothing dramatic, just the ordinary hard stuff of being a certain age, and finding that certain songs just got it in a way that felt almost personal. And I'd listen to the same thing over and over, not because I was obsessed with the song exactly, but because being in it felt better than being in my own head without it. It was company, in a way, a specific kind of company that didn't require anything from me and didn't make me feel like I had to explain myself. That's still basically what it is for me now. The specifics have changed, the music has changed, but that core thing is the same. You put something on and for a while you're not alone with whatever you've got going on. And that matters more than it probably sounds when you say it out loud. Everyone has at least one, a song that showed up during a specific period of your life and just understood something you were going through before you'd even fully put it into words yourself. And the timing of it is always a little strange when you think back on it, like you needed that exact thing and somehow it was just there. For me, it's always been tied to a specific age or a specific, I'll hear something now and be taken straight back to being 15, 16, sitting somewhere, feeling some particular way about my life at that time. And the song isn't just associated with that period, it's like it captured something about how that period actually felt on the inside, the internal texture of it. And nothing else I've come across does that as precisely as music does. I think what happens is that when you're going through something and a song meets you in it, the two things get stored together. The feeling and the music become the same thing in your memory, you know. So later when you hear it, you don't just remember that time, you actually feel some version of what you felt then, which can be beautiful and can also be a lot depending on what the song is attached to. And there's something about the songs that find you when you're young, specifically, that just hits differently later in life. Because you were so open at that age, like everything was landing so hard. And so the music that got in during that window got in all the way. It didn't just sit on the surface and those songs stay with you for the rest of your life in a way that stuff you discover later usually doesn't. When something is actually wrong, you don't open Spotify and look for something new. You go straight to the thing you already know, the same album, the same playlist, the same songs you've heard so many times you know every word, every transition, every moment where the beat changes. And there's something specific about that, the fact that familiarity is the whole point, that you're not looking for novelty when you're in that place. I think what's happening is that a song you know well has already proven itself. You've been through stuff with it. You know exactly what it's going to do and when. And that predictability is actually what you need when everything else feels uncertain or heavy or just a lot. New music requires something from you. You have to pay attention, you have to process it, and when you're already overloaded, that ask is too big. The old song doesn't ask anything. It just does what it always does, and you can lean into it. And there's also something about the history you have with certain songs that makes them feel, I don't know, safe in a way that's hard to explain without sounding strange. Like they've been with you through enough that you trust them, which sounds like a weird thing to say about a song, but I think most people who use music this way know exactly what I mean. The other thing is that going back to the same song during a hard time and having it still work, still hold whatever you're bringing to it, reinforces something. It builds this association over time where just hearing the first few seconds of it starts to do the thing before you've even really settled into listening. Your brain has connected the music to the relief often enough that they've basically become the same signal, so you reach for it the way you'd reach for anything else that you know from experience. Actually helps. This one is hard to explain to someone who doesn't do it because on the surface it makes no sense. You're already feeling bad and you put on the most miserable song you own, and somehow that helps. And if you try to describe that to someone who reaches for upbeat music when they're down, they'll look at you like you're actively making things worse on purpose. But there's something that happens when the music matches the mood. That just doesn't happen when it doesn't. When you're in a dark place and you put something on that's genuinely sad, like actually sitting in it, there's this feeling of being understood that you don't get from something that's trying to cheer you up. The cheerful song feels like someone who hasn't quite read the room. The sad song feels like someone who gets it. And I think that's actually the thing. When you're going through something and the music reflects it back at you, you feel less alone in it. Not because anything has been solved, nothing has been solved, but because the feeling has been acknowledged in some way. It's been named, and there's relief in that. You know, even when the thing being named is painful. There's also something about sad music that gives the feeling somewhere to go. When you're carrying something heavy and you're just sitting with it in silence, it kind of stays stuck inside you. But when the music is doing it too, expressing it, something moves. You might cry, which sounds bad, but usually feels better after. Or you just feel the thing more fully than you were letting yourself before, and feeling it fully turns out to be less unbearable than the low-level version you were managing before you pressed play. The upbeat song when you're sad is asking you to be somewhere you're not. The sad song meets you where you actually are, and most of the time being met is what you needed. There are songs I cannot hear without being somewhere else entirely within the first few seconds. Not thinking about that time, actually being in it, feeling some version of what I felt then. And it happens fast, faster than any other kind of memory I have access to. A smell can do something similar, but music does it more completely, more reliably, and with more detail than I can get to any other way. And the strange thing is that the memory it pulls up isn't always a happy one. Sometimes the song is attached to a period that was genuinely hard, and hearing it still does something that I'd hesitate to call unpleasant. There's this complicated mix of pain and warmth that comes with being taken back somewhere difficult. Like you can look at it now from a distance and feel the weight of it without being crushed by it the way you were at the time. The song is like a way back in that doesn't require you to actually go through it again. I think the reason music does this so well is the same reason certain songs get attached to certain periods in the first place. When you're going through something and music is present in it, the two things wire together in a way that's hard to undo. The song and the feeling become connected at a level that's deeper than just remembering. So when you hear the song later, it doesn't retrieve a memory, it retrieves the actual feeling, which is a completely different thing. And there's a version of this that I find genuinely comforting, which is that those periods of your life aren't as gone as they sometimes feel. The version of you that was 16, that was going through whatever you were going through, that was feeling things with that particular intensity that you maybe don't feel as often now, that version is still in there somewhere. And certain songs are like the only reliable way I've found to actually reach it. There's a version of music that happens in public, at a party, in a car with other people, somewhere with other people around. And there's a version that happens when you're completely by yourself with headphones in and nobody else anywhere near you, and they are genuinely different experiences even when the song is identical. I noticed this pretty early. The same song that would wreck me alone felt like background noise in a group. And I don't mean wreck in a bad way, I mean it would actually land, actually do the thing it does. Whereas in a social setting, it would just kind of pass through without touching anything. And for a while I thought it was about attention, that being around people meant you were distracted. But I don't think that's really it. I think what happens when you're alone with music is that there's nothing between you and it. No version of yourself you're performing for anyone else. No awareness of how you look or whether you're reacting the right way or what the people around you think of the song. It's just you and the thing, and you can go wherever it takes you without any of that getting in the way. You can feel whatever you actually feel instead of the managed version of it. In a group, there's always some level of self-consciousness running, even with people you're comfortable with, and that self-consciousness creates just enough distance that the music can't fully get in. You're experiencing it, but also watching yourself experience it. And that second layer changes the whole thing. The alone version is also where the music gets personal in a way it can't when other people are there. When you're by yourself, you can project onto it, assign it to whatever is going on in your life. Let it mean the specific thing it means to you right now. Other people being present pulls it back toward the general. It becomes a song again. Instead of your song, music doesn't fix anything. I want to say that clearly because I think there's a version of this conversation that tips into overclaiming, into making it sound like putting headphones in is some kind of solution to whatever you've got going on. It's not. You can listen to the same song 50 times, and the thing you're dealing with is still there when you take them off. The problem didn't move. The situation didn't change. But I don't think that's actually what people are looking for when they reach for music in a hard moment. I don't think anyone is under the illusion that it's going to sort their life out. What it does is something smaller and more specific than that. It makes the moment you're currently in more bearable. It gives the feeling somewhere to go. It reminds you in this wordless way that's hard to articulate that whatever you're going through has been felt before by someone else who managed to make something out of it. And sometimes that's genuinely enough to get through the next hour. I've had periods where music was pretty much the main thing holding the day together. Not because I was in crisis, just because life was heavy in that ordinary way it gets sometimes. And I hadn't found another way through it yet. And looking back, I don't think that was avoidance or unhealthy or any of the things you could frame it as. It was just using the thing that was available to me and that I knew worked. The relationship most people have with music, like the real private one, not the playlist you share with people or what you put on at a party, is one of the more honest relationships they have. Because you don't perform for it. You don't have to explain yourself to it or manage how you're coming across. You just show up with whatever you've got and it meets you there. And for a lot of people, including me, that's rarer than it should be. So yeah, music is my therapy. Not because it fixes things, but because some days it's the only thing that makes the weight feel like something a person can actually carry.